Hello, my friends. If you can hear me clearly, please let me know. I'm just checking the audio. Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me loud and clear? Please let me know in the chat window. William Miller is here. Hi, William. Frank is here. Hello, Frank. If you can hear me clearly, Phoenix liked and shared. Hear you fine. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you for letting me know. I just wanted to make sure if everyone can hear me. William says, I can hear you. Great. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for letting me know that. I am back with a new live stream, and something very big is happening in the United States right now, in California. It's a major crisis. Major crisis. There's massive fire in California right now, okay? I'm sure many of you know about this already. There's an ongoing crisis, and it seems like this escalated very quickly. That's what I am learning from the news. This escalated very quickly. So this fire is threatening many acres, many acres, and tens of thousands of people. Now, whenever I present a number during this live stream, please understand, my friends, that the number may change because this is an ongoing situation right now. So if I tell you, hey, it's 2,000 acres, well, that number is probably going to change as we speak. If I tell you, 30,000 people are being asked to evacuate or have evacuated, whatever number, just understand that the number may change as every minute, every hour goes by. This is a growing crisis. This is a growing crisis. And my friends, is there anyone here who's from California? Anyone who's watching this who is from California? I know we have friends from California who tune in for the live streams. I know we do. We have many friends from California. I know our friend Swaggy is from California. I don't know if Swaggy is here. If I'm not mistaken, then Swaggy, okay, our friend Colin goes by the name of Swaggy, is from Los Angeles area. I know Pamela Hernandez, I believe, is from Los Angeles area. I don't know if they are watching, if they are here. If you are listening, please let me know. Teresa Ross is here. Teresa Ross is our friend from Arizona, but Teresa is saying that I have family there. So Teresa, have you talked to your family? Have you talked to your family? What are you hearing? Teresa, let me know. Okay, our friends are here. Misty is here from Pennsylvania. Hello, Misty. Bill is here from Vegas. Hello, Bill. Good to see you. Crockett is here from South Carolina. Crockett, good to see you. Ken from Appleton, Wisconsin. Ken, thank you for being here, Ken. Okay, who else is here? EHR 79, thanks for being here. Pearl is here. Hello, Pearl. Vaughn is here. Who am I missing? Our friend Suzanne from Halifax, Canada is here. Hello, Suzanne. My friends, we're going to have to continue to pray for the people who are being impacted because of this massive fire. Massive fire. William is here from Virginia. Okay, did I see someone say that you're in the Bay Area? Sean, you're in the Bay Area. Sean, how far are you from where the fire is? Please let me know. Okay, Teresa is saying they are farther north of the fire. Okay, well, Teresa, hope your family in California is going to be safe, okay? We're going to keep everyone in our prayers, everyone in the area that's being affected by the fire. Okay, okay. So people in California, in Southern California, we're gonna pray for them. People in the Palisades area, in Brentwood, in Santa Monica, we're gonna have to pray for them. We're gonna have to pray for everyone who's in that region that's being affected by this fire. So Teresa, I hope your family is safe, and we're gonna pray for everyone, my friends. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna change the window here. Okay, so as I was saying, please understand that as we move forward with this live stream, I mean, there are news updates probably coming in, several times an hour, right? Because it's a changing situation. Okay, the fires are raging, property is being damaged, okay, lives are being impacted, and it's just an unbelievable situation. It is an unbelievable situation. Ron is here. Hi, Ron. We're going to have to pray for our friends in California. And my friends, we know that here on this channel, here, we have this community, and there are many, many people, okay, who live in California, who are part of our community. They live in different parts of California, but there are people from the Los Angeles area who tune in for the live streams, okay? So if you are watching this, okay, if you are watching this and you live in California, you are somewhere in the area that's being affected by the fire, please share with us what you are experiencing. Share with us some news. Tell us if you are safe, if your family is safe, if your friends are safe. We want people to be safe, okay? And if you are in that region that's being affected by the fire, please share with us right here in the live chat, okay? Please share with us what you are seeing, okay? All right. Okay, I'm going to be looking at the news here as well. Just give me 1 second, my friends. I'm going to have to work with a few windows on my end. All right. All right. Okay. So what I'm seeing in the news right now, what EHR 79 just mentioned, raging wildfires, in Los Angeles, and the winds are supposed to get stronger, and the situation is likely going to get worse. Winds expected to worsen. Okay? Winds expected to worsen. Chaos. There's chaos. There's chaos in California right now. It's unbelievable. Okay, so right before I started the live stream, I was watching TV, live coverage. And I think that live coverage is going to continue all night, maybe all day tomorrow, and who knows for how many days. This situation is really, really bad. This situation is really, really bad, I think. And, it's this morning, this afternoon, I was busy working, but then, I get alerts on my phone about breaking news updates. So there were different news updates that I was watching, including, our President-elect Trump's, press conference, which was a major press conference, and also, news about our former president, President uh, Jimmy Carter, may his soul rest in eternal peace. He passed away, so there was a lot of news about President Carter and his just honoring him and the ceremony that took place earlier today. So if you were watching live coverage, you could probably see the plane that was carrying um, you know former President Carter's body, and the everything pertaining to the funeral and just honoring our former president, President Carter. So I mean, there were different news updates that I was getting throughout the day, and I heard about the fire in California. I heard about the fire in California, and I thought, well, there's a fire. Okay, it's probably going to be under control. There's a fire. Maybe it'll be brought under control. I didn't realize. I didn't realize. Um, how bad the situation would get. Okay, how bad the situation would get. Um, and then I think towards the evening, I started, following the news, and it's like, okay, now it seems like this is out of control. I mean, so throughout the day, I was like processing this. I heard about the fire. I thought, well, okay, there's fire. We hear about fires in California, um, and it's gonna be okay. All right, it's gonna be okay. It'll be under control. Then it seemed like, okay, now the fire's getting worse, and then in the evening, it became quite obvious to me, and maybe other people understood it sooner, but it became quite obvious to me, like, okay, this is out of control now. This is turning into a crisis, which it is now. Okay, and yes, Suzanne mentioned state of emergency. So yes, I think a state of emergency has been declared. Okay, um, so in terms of emergency response, I don't know what's happening. I don't know how it's being handled. I always say that I really, really, really respect our first responders. I really, really respect America's emergency, response professionals, the police, the fire, right? Um, and but in terms of when you've got such a large scale event like this one, and an event like a situation that's getting worse, the fire that is spreading, um, how much of resources are needed in terms of personnel, in terms of equipment, in terms of whatever resources are needed to contain this fire and to extinguish this fire. I don't know. I don't even know if this can be extinguished, because this seems to be getting out of control. So how do you contain it? How do you contain it? How do you make sure that further damage is prevented? I don't know. I'm not an emergency response expert, but I'm sure that a lot of resources, a lot of personnel are going to be deployed to address this crisis. So if you have any expertise, you want to share any thoughts, please do so. Richard Miller is here. Hi, Richard Miller. So to be honest with you, earlier today, I do live stream every night. I do live stream every night. You know that. Earlier today, I was thinking, when I do my live stream tonight, I'm probably going to be talking about, Donald Trump's, press conference at it was in Florida. I'm probably going to be talking about, the situation with, pertaining to Canada and Greenland. I'm probably going to be talking about the Panama Canal. I'm probably going to be talking about, other economic issues. And, it's like, as the day moved forward, as the hours went by, I just realized this is what we need to talk about. And I am concerned. Okay, I'm concerned because I know we have friends who are part of this community who are in the Los Angeles area, and I'm concerned. I'm very, very concerned about, our friends. Okay, so what can I say, my friends? This is because we don't know how worse this situation is going to get. I hear about the winds. I hear about how fast it is spreading. I hear about the mandatory evacuations, and I'm very, very concerned. So let's see. Give me 1 second. Okay, I know that. Let's see, who's from Los Angeles? I know Swaggy. Okay, I know our friend Swaggy is. I know our friend Swaggy is in Los Angeles. So Swaggy is the one who came up with TTTT. Okay, Tausif tells the truth. His real name is Colin. I know that Swaggy is from Los Angeles. I don't know where in Los Angeles, but I remember him mentioning he's from Los Angeles. And there are some other friends of this community who are from California. I don't know if they are from Los Angeles or some other part of California. Pamela Hernandez, our friend. Do you remember Pamela Hernandez? Do you remember Pamela Hernandez? She was here quite a few days ago, I think, participating. And Pamela actually has been watching my channel for a long time. I think Pamela Hernandez is from the. I know she's from California. I think she's from the Los Angeles area. I'm not sure exactly. And then Sharon Taylor. We have a friend of this community whose name is Sharon Taylor. I think she is from California, but I don't know if she's in Los Angeles. So anyway, I'm concerned about everyone in California, including our friends from this community. Okay. Selena is here. Hi, Selena. So if you are watching this and you are from California, please let me know. Please let me know. Suzanne, you like my shirt, Suzanne? Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you so much. Ron is saying that he has a brother that lives between San Diego and Los Angeles. So Ron, who is our friend, One Texas Miner, Ron, have you heard from your brother? Do you have any updates? Okay, EHR is Evelyn, right? If I'm not mistaken, EHR is Evelyn. Evelyn is saying it's hard for people to walk away from what they spent a lifetime building. That is true. That is true. Now, Evelyn, you are in Nevada, right? Are you in Vegas, Evelyn? EHR 79, Evelyn, are you in Vegas? I know our friend Bill, Welder Bill, is in Vegas. Are you in Vegas too? Okay, that is correct. All right. Okay, great. I'm glad I remember EHR. Evelyn is in Vegas. Evelyn, do you have family or friends in California in the area that's being affected by the fire? Levi is asking about the fire, why it's not being put out. Oh, I mean, when the fire spreads like that, I mean, like crazy, It's hard to contain it. It's a wildfire. I mean, at this point, it's a wildfire. It's a wildfire. You know, they're saying it's a raging wildfire. Now, I'm not an expert when it comes to, you know, natural calamities, natural events, or you know, this was a brush fire. How it went on to spread so much, I don't know. I'm not an expert. So if there are experts who are watching, if you have technical knowledge about firefighting, about environmental disasters or whatever, please share. Okay, Gianna is here. Hi, Gianna. Gianna from New York. Good to see you. Um, Frank is saying there are buildings on fire also, and the poor pets are dying also. Lord, please help the innocent ones. It's a very, very serious situation. Very, very serious situation. Okay. Ron is saying, no, I haven't heard from him and I don't have any updates. I wish I had some. Well, Ron, we are going to be praying for your brother, who you mentioned lives between Los Angeles and San Diego. So I'm hoping that your brother is far away from the area that's being affected by the fire. Um, but, you know, we will continue to pray for everyone, including your brother, Ron. Suzanne is saying livestock, wildlife, exactly. I mean, think about the environmental damage. Think about the smoke. This is, I mean, I don't even know what to say. I mean, the damage is far bigger than the fire that you can see. Even when, let's say, they put out the fire, okay? So no more fire. But the smoke and the ash and the and the impact on wildlife, on animals, the impact on, I don't know, water quality, the impact on soil quality, the impact on um, you know, the plant life. Um, it's a serious situation. DSAR is here. Hello, DSAR. Now, DSAR, you are from New Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct? Okay, Melissa is here. Hi, Melissa. Okay, DSAR, you are from New Mexico. Thank you so much. Glad I could remember. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. So we have friends here who are from that region, right? So, you know, Southwest. So we've got Nevada, friends from Nevada. We've got friends from New Mexico, and we've got friends from Texas. Who do we have from California? Who else? From California, Pearl. Let's see what Pearl is writing. Pearl is writing that Pearl's sister lives in California, and she says the fires are 20 to 25 miles away, and your sister can see the glow from her patio. Wow. That is unbelievable. I mean, think about it. As Pearl just said, if the fire is 20 to 25 miles away, but you can still see the glow from your patio, just think about how serious that situation is. Rachel is here. Hi, Rachel. Bim is here. Hi, Bim. Melissa is from Texas, right, Melissa? Mm. Evelyn, you're writing 60 miles per hour winds? Wow. Wow. Cheryl is here. Hi, Cheryl. Cheryl Butler is here from Kentucky. Am I correct, Cheryl? Kentucky, right? Let's see. Welcome, Cheryl. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing right now. More than 13,000 buildings and 26,000 people are in the evacuation zone. Okay, but I think that number is higher. Maybe about 30,000 people have been evacuated. Okay, that's a lot of people. That number's probably going to go up. Okay. Do we know about any injuries? Any injuries yet? This is a serious situation. I'm just looking at my screen here, computer screen. Yeah, some of the images that I'm seeing are unbelievable. You know, you go on X, formerly known as Twitter, you go on X, you'll see some hashtags that are trending pertaining to this crisis. Okay, like LA fires and Palisades fire and California fire, wildfire, and people are posting images and video clips of what they are seeing. Okay, so I saw this. I don't know who posted it. I was just scrolling through social media feed, and I saw somebody in the car driving, okay, on a beautiful highway, and you know the road ahead, in the horizon, it's just all fire. It's all fire and smoke, going up to the sky. It is unbelievable. It's like the highway is. It's almost like from that. So, the video I watched, the person who videotaped it from a moving vehicle, it seemed like the car is heading, between like mountainous areas, like hilly, going forward, and it's like heading towards like a fire. I mean, that's what it looked like. Fire everywhere. Kristen's here. Hi, Kristen. Evelyn is writing, burn victims currently in the hospital. Yeah, I think at this point, there's no way to know how many people have been injured, if there are like burns, or if there are, other injuries. People may get, because of the fire, people may suffer from burns, but there are other kinds of injuries also that can take place. If you're trying to evacuate really fast, people could get injured in the process, including but not limited to like falling or getting hurt, or it's just a heart-breaking situation. Smoke inhalation, exactly. If there's too much of smoke and people are trying to breathe and they're being overwhelmed by smoke, that could cause damage to the lungs. Especially people who have maybe pre-existing conditions, heart issues or lung problems or COPD or asthma or any other, breathing difficulty, or it's like people are suffering. And also I've heard conversations on TV about senior citizens, in assisted living facilities or in nursing homes or in medical clinics or hospitals. If they need help to evacuate people with disabilities, right? It This situation, no matter how much we talk about this situation, we will not be able to describe the intensity of what's going on. And it's just shocking how quickly this thing escalated. Like I told you, I've got on my phone, I've got the alerts. I get the Fox News alerts. I get CNBC alerts. So from CNBC, I get more of the economic alerts, like financial, economic, Federal Reserve, interest rates, this and that. And then Fox News for any and all alerts, like breaking news. So I get the alerts on my phone. So I was getting alerts about, what Donald Trump said during his press conference earlier today. It was a long press conference, and he talked about many different issues like Panama Canal, Canada, Greenland. He talked about energy policy. He talked about Middle East. He talked about so many different things. And in my mind, I was thinking, hey, these are all things I'm going to be discussing during my live stream at night. Okay, we'll go through all the things that Trump talked about in his press conference, and we'll do a live poll on one of the topics, and we'll discuss, because those are all important topics. And then, as I mentioned, I was getting breaking news updates pertaining to former President Jimmy Carter's funeral, and people are like showing people are grieving. Okay, people are grieving. He was a highly respected president. Okay, he was a highly respected man. Okay, whether you agree with his policies or you don't, but obviously people in general, they respect Jimmy Carter. Okay, we can disagree with his policies, we can agree with his policies, we can judge what he did, his actions as a president, but as a human being, as somebody who had a great personality, people respect Jimmy Carter. And I'm sure many of you agree with me. And so I was getting news updates about President Carter's funeral. And give me 1 second, my friends. Give me 1 second. Hold on. My computer's so slow. So yeah, as I was saying, the nation is honoring Jimmy Carter. The nation is honoring former President Jimmy Carter. Okay, I mean, keeping aside the policies and the executive decisions and politics, as a man, he was a great man. People respected him so much, and so the nation is honoring former President Jimmy Carter. So I wanted to talk about that, but then this news about, as I was explaining earlier, this news about the fire. It seemed like, as I was paying attention, like, okay, now it seems to be growing. Now it's getting out of control. Now it's a full-scale crisis. And I just decided that I will not be able to talk about all the topics tonight. So I'll just talk about the fires in California. Okay, because there's one other topic that I wanted to talk about, which I don't think I'll be able to get to tonight, and that's the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, you probably heard about it. Gulf of Mexico. Donald Trump wants to Change the name and make it the Gulf of America. So that was also on my list of things for tonight that I wanted to discuss. But I will not be able to go into the details of that. So, Donald Trump's press conference, I'll cover those topics at a later date, maybe tomorrow. You know, I wanted to talk about Jimmy Carter. The nation is honoring Jimmy Carter. And I also want to talk about this possible name change that is quite likely going to happen, I think. Gulf of Mexico, the name may be changed to Gulf of America. Okay, so I'm going to talk about that also. I won't be able to get to that tonight. Okay, obviously I mentioned it, but I'll go into the details. So stay connected to my channel for more discussion tomorrow and going forward. Okay, on some of these topics that I mentioned that I'll get to. Okay. Yeah, Rachel is asking, I've always wanted to know why it was called the Gulf of Mexico. I have no idea. I have no idea how it was named, but I do know that Trump, our great president-elect Donald Trump, our great leader, he wants to change that name. He wants to make it Gulf of America, which, I think it's a great idea. Misty is saying the wind in California is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. Rachel is saying Gulf of Trump. Okay. That is so interesting. Gulf of Trump. Gulf of Trump. That is so interesting. Rachel, you're the first one that, first one who I saw make that recommendation, Gulf of Trump. You're the first one I know who made that recommendation, Gulf of Trump. Maybe we're gonna do a poll. Maybe we're gonna do a poll. Who supports the idea of Gulf of Trump? But we'll talk about that later. Right now, my friends, here's what's going on. A large brush fire broke out on Tuesday in Pacific Palisades. Then it resulted in mandatory evacuations. People are moving out of homes. Roads are being closed. Reportedly, highway closure also took place. Many are leaving homes. People are leaving their homes on foot. People are literally leaving their homes on foot. Okay? People are leaving. They are leaving behind their property. They are leaving behind memories like photo albums, documents. You cannot take everything with you. You can't take everything with you. It's just not possible in an emergency. People have so many important things at home. You've got your memories, your like photo albums. Unless you've saved all your pictures, in a cloud service that you can access from anywhere, or you've saved them somewhere else, right? I don't know. If you have photo albums with memories, you can't carry all the photo albums with you. It's just not possible if you have a lot, right? If you have documents, documents pertaining to your profession, documents pertaining to your education, like your college transcripts or your diploma, your college diploma, or your birth certificate, passports, right? So many other paperwork, right? A lot of people, they work from home. A lot of people work from home, so they may have, if they are, let's say, somebody is self-employed and if you've got your home office, right? A lot of people do that these days. People who are self-employed, they may not have a separate office. They may have a home. Maybe they have an extension of their home or some room or whatever, and you've got your official paperwork, uh, or you've got, your important electronic devices, your laptops, your tablets, your hard drives. Um, I mean, really, you cannot take everything with you. And then people have pets. People have pets, right? If you've got, a dog or a cat, maybe you can carry your dog or your cat with you. But what if you've got, I don't know, multiple dogs, multiple cats? Um, it is it is unbelievable. It is unbelievable, and this is so large scale. This is so large scale. Whatever you think you need in an emergency, and talk about senior citizens or people with health conditions or people with disabilities. If somebody is in a wheelchair, whether it's a simple wheelchair or it's one of those, battery operated, electricity operated, specialized wheelchairs, power wheelchairs, um, or if somebody has, special medical devices that a person needs. Um, I'm just thinking about all the different scenarios and all the different challenges and struggles that people are facing because of this wildfires. I mean, if you are wheelchair bound, and let's say you've got a medical condition that requires you to have special medical equipment with you at all times, and you have to evacuate, and you have to evacuate on foot or what, or I mean, there are reports that people tried to evacuate and then they left their vehicle and they just kept walking or kept running. That's how bad the situation is. This is not your normal evacuation. It's not your normal evacuation when you are in an office building or at an apartment complex and the fire alarm goes off and you just get up and go down the stairs and exit the building and wait in the parking lot. Or if you actually see smoke or fire, then move further away and let the fire department come and do their job. I mean, those are also emergency situations, but it's not one building or one group of buildings or one apartment complex. This is a large scale situation. Large scale situation. Rachel is saying traffic jams. Exactly. As people are trying to evacuate, there are traffic jams. And what do people do? If they see, okay, the fire's right behind us, we can see the smoke, there's no way that we'll be able to, safely evacuate by driving, then people just leave their vehicles and they just escape on foot, right? It is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. Gianna is saying nobody thinks about the medicines. Yeah, I think about, because I have mentioned that previously I mentioned that my specialty is in healthcare policy. So that's just my academic and, expertise. I studied healthcare policy. I've done a lot of research on senior citizens related issues, okay, whether it's Medicare, Medicaid, long-term care. So I do think about senior citizens. I think about senior citizens. I think about their needs. I think about the challenges they face. And in a situation like this is like worst case scenario. If you have somebody who's wheelchair bound, maybe the person has COPD, okay, and has breathing difficulties or relies on supplemental oxygen, think about how that individual is going to evacuate. Think about how that individual is going to evacuate. And then there are a lot of seniors who take medications for a variety of needs, maybe a couple of times throughout the day. Maybe they take their morning medication, maybe they take their evening medication or nighttime. And in an emergency, if you just have to escape and you leave your medications behind, I mean that could be the consequences of that could be severe if you don't have access to your medications. Whether it's whether it's a medication for a heart condition, or whether it's a medication for, blood pressure, whatever it may be. People with diabetes, if they rely on insulin and you left your insulin at home as you evacuated, think about it. Susan, you are here. Susan Epp. Susan, you are in California, right? Our friend Susan Epp is here. Susan, where in California are you? Please tell us again. And how far are you from where the fire is? Okay, Susan is about 130 miles north from the fire. So Susan, you are in a safe place, okay? 130 miles means you are far, far away, okay? Far, far away. Okay, so Susan, our friend in California, Susan, we are glad that you are safe. And I don't know if you have family and friends in the Los Angeles area. If you do, please know that we are praying for everyone, okay? Okay, so Ken is asking, what is the age to be considered a senior citizen? Okay, so some people say that it's 55 plus, okay? Although a lot of people in their 50s and 60s are extremely fit, extremely, I know people in their 50s, they are like in awesome shape. But a lot of senior communities would say 55 plus is senior, but it's really 65 plus. It's 65 plus. But truly, I mean, I think you have to be 70 plus. Because I know a lot of people who are in their 60s and they are in excellent shape. They are very active, very mobile, just in great health. It all depends on so many factors, right? So many factors. There are many people in their 50s, even 40s, with lots of health conditions. And then there are people in their 70s who are in great shape. And, I have had the great honor of meeting some World War II veterans, okay, over the last several years. I have had the great honor of meeting World War II veterans. And, the veterans that I met, the World War II veterans I met, when I met them, all in their 90s, and they are very sharp, let me tell you. The veterans, the World War veterans, World War II, the World War II veterans I met in their 90s, very sharp, very sharp. In fact, one of them, he was in his 90s when I met him, and he was telling me stories of the things he did in his teen years. So he could remember clearly what he did, what his father told him, what he experienced when he was a teenager. So, I mean, something is very, very special about World War II veterans. They are very, very special people, let me tell you. And I have met some World War II veterans, and they are so special so sharp, okay? Uh, and of course, I can tell you from my experience. I'm talking about the World War II veterans I met, okay? And there are many World War II veterans, uh, and one of them who I met, he passed away not too long ago. May his soul rest in peace. But you know, the World War II veterans I met, exceptionally sharp, exceptionally sharp. Um, really amazing. Especially, I remember that one person I'm thinking of. I cannot think of his name right now. In Wisconsin, um, he was he was sharply dressed. You know, he was standing without any support. Oh yeah, he did have a cane. He did have a cane, but he didn't rely too much on the cane. I think he just had a cane with him, but not a walker, not any other kind of support, just a cane. Which, you know, if somebody is in his 90s, you know, having a cane is probably a good thing for support in case it's needed. But he was talking about the things that he could remember from his teenage years. It is unbelievable. He was talking about what his father told him when he was a young boy. I mean, think about being a teenager and then now you're in your 90s and you remember everything from your teen years. Unbelievable. And World War II veterans, they are special. They are just very, very special people. Very, very special people. Okay, World War II veterans. Um, let's see. Mm, okay. Rachel is writing, my granddad lived to be 104. He was in the British Army, lived alone till he died. Wow, that's amazing to be 104 years old. You know, it's a blessing. It is a blessing to reach that age, to cross 100, to cross 100 years age, and to live alone. Um, you know, going past 100 and still being able to live alone and being independent, it's amazing. It's amazing. That's a blessing. That is a real blessing to to live to live that long and to have good quality of life, right? um that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing that, Rachel. Thank you for sharing that. um May your grandfather's soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you for sharing that, Rachel. Appreciate it. Um, Dee Dee is here. Dee Dee, you are in California, right? Are you in California? Dee Dee, are you in California? You are in California. Where in California are you, Dee Dee? Ken is writing, I work with a World War II veteran at the pantry. He's sharp. Ken, that is great. So Ken, you are in Appleton. So the veteran you're referring to is a veteran here in Wisconsin, right? Um, so Dee Dee, you are in Orange County. So how far are you, Dee Dee, from where the fire is? How far are you from where the fire is? Susan, thank you. Susan likes my shirt. Thank you, Susan. NC is here. Hi, NC. Okay, so Dee Dee, you are 50 to 65 miles away from where the fire is. Um, are you, um, like, you are in Orange County, so you have, I'm guessing you have friends or family or colleagues or other people who are probably closer to the fire. Can you give us an update on what you are hearing? Can you give us an update if you have like friends or other people or family members, co-workers who may be closer to the fire? If you know anything, if you have any updates, please share, okay? Okay, we're gonna wait for Didi to write something. If you have any updates, okay. Um, okay, Didi's saying friends and family, severe winds, have family and friends in Pasadena. So, Didi, we are going to be praying for you and your friends and your family, okay, so that they can all be safe and in good health. Okay, we're gonna pray for them. We're gonna pray for them, for their health, for their safety, and for the safety of their property. Okay. Um, my friends, that area, okay, and I think I don't have to tell you, I think you all understand that area. When you're talking about Pasadena, when you're talking about um, um, you know Pacific Palisades and Brentwood, I mean, it's a very expensive area. Okay, I'm not giving you any numbers here, like, okay, what is the price of an average home or what's the median income or anything like that, okay? But it is an expensive area. It is an expensive area. I mean, those houses are, Didi, what would you say? How expensive are those houses in that area? Um, you know, $1 million homes, multi-million dollar homes, right? Multi-million millions of dollars. Didi, you're saying millions of dollars homes. I mean, that area is, expensive real estate. Okay. And so there are, okay, Evelyn's saying all $1 million homes. Okay. Yeah, $1 million. So that could mean really anything. Okay. $1 million means anywhere from, like, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 million upwards to, I don't know, double digit millions, right? Maybe 10, 15, who knows? Who knows? Um, I don't live there, so I don't know. I mean, I've been to Los Angeles, I've been to California, but I don't know about. Um, I mean, obviously, I've watched shows on TV, so I know. I mean, you watch, especially if you watch some of the real estate shows that they have, like reality shows, where the realtors, they're selling homes, and there are TV stations where they have reality shows about real estate and all that. I mean, those are all expensive properties there. So this fire, this wildfire, is affecting very, very expensive homes. So I can't even make a guess as to what kind of damage is taking place when you want to put a dollar figure on it. Okay. Um, um, Rachel is saying insurance must be high. Exactly. And that is something that I think is going to be discussed. When you want to insure a multi-million dollar home, those premiums are high. And if your home is, let's say your home is $5 million, it's not just the home. In a $5 million home, there's probably a lot of expensive stuff. Your total insurance, like, it's not just it's not just like the valuation of your house, it's your belongings also. So if you live in a $5 million home, how much is your sofa? How much are your electronics? Okay? Like, how much jewelries are there? I bet, people who live in 5 million, 6 million, $7 million homes, I'm guessing they have expensive jewelry, right? Maybe art pieces, artwork, right? Um, maybe lots of expensive electronics. Um, who knows? Who knows what, right? So, okay, DD is writing, tear downs are 700K to 1 million, you're saying? Okay. Lots of fluff on TV reality homes, but the average homes 1 million to 2 million. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So DD is sharing some numbers, which you can all read. And DD, you talked about insurance companies running out of state. Now, that has been an issue in California. That has been an issue in California. Insurance companies, and you can go back to last year. I forget what the name of that company was, but a major company, I have to look up some old news now, but a major company, I think it was last year or the year before, had decided to not offer any more home insurance in California. I forget what the name of the company was, okay? If one of you can think of it, please let me know. But because of, all these wildfires and all these natural events, and there was like also a very big flood issue in California. And on top of that, you've got like regulations, government regulations, which drive up the cost of doing business. So if insurance companies see that, hey, too many natural disasters, too many wildfires, too many, floods, and excessive regulations, then if the cost of doing business goes up, an insurance company may say, you know what? We're no longer going to be offering insurance plans in this state. They can do that. They can do that. Plus, if there are more burglaries, if there's more vandalism, if there's more robbery and theft and home invasion, okay, if there are more claims, whatever the reason may be, and there are more claims being paid, and it drives up the rates, right? I'm not an insurance expert, so if there's an insurance expert here, please, share your thoughts. But if an insurance company is paying out a lot of money in claims because of volumes of claims, high cost of doing business, natural events that lead to more claims, at one point the company may decide, you know what, we're not gonna be doing business in the state. We're just gonna go somewhere else. That may happen, right? Scott, thank you so much. Thank you, Scott Wells, for your words of support. Thanks so much. Okay, Dee is writing about homeowners having livestock like horses and cattle and pets. Yeah, I actually on TV, as I was watching live coverage, I've got my TV in the other room, okay? I don't have TV in this room. I've got my TV in the other room. And I was watching right before starting this live stream. I saw that, some residents, they were taking some horses with them as they evacuated, some horses. And I could tell those horses are pricey horses, okay? Maybe like really special horses. We've got lots of horses in Wisconsin, okay? I don't have horses, okay? I live in an apartment, all right? I don't have horses. But I have been to farms that have horses. I've met people who have horses. And horses are expensive to own expensive to take care of. And of course, depending on, what kind of horse you have, maintaining a horse, feeding and taking care of it, it may be very, very expensive. Okay. But I'm not surprised. People who live in multi-million-dollar homes, in California, they may have some really expensive horses there. And so as people were leaving, I saw on TV, they were taking their horses with them as they evacuated. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, Richard Miller is writing, the Eaton fire has exploded out of control. Yes, it's not just one fire. You've got the Palisades fire. There's also the Eaton fire. And so Richard Miller is saying that's going out of control. Dee is saying the wind advisory is from Santa Barbara to San Diego. That is most of Southern California. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Misty is asking, where in California is the fire? So it's in Palisades, it's in Eaton. Let's see. I'm going to look it up here. Let me see if I can find some info on the Eaton fire. Evelyn is writing Palisades, Pasadena, Altadena. Okay. How many fires are there in total? I heard about 2. Is it more than 2 now? Okay, so I'm reading this. Evacuations underway in Pacific Palisades and Altadena. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. Altadena? Is it Altadena? Altadena or Altadena? Anyway, you understand. 2 fast-moving fires, okay? And the winds, the dangerous winds, that's actually hurting. Okay, it's making the fire spread even more. Evelyn is saying Los Angeles in general at this point. Okay, Dee is saying the embers fly for miles, so they spark fires in other places everywhere. Okay, this is crazy. Give me 1 second. Okay. Some are saying fearsome winds. Fearsome winds. It is crazy. Life-threatening and destructive winds. I'm just reading like short sentences from news. Somebody else wrote extreme winds. Extreme winds. Suzanne, let's see. Okay, Suzanne, what you're talking about? Suzanne, please explain what you're writing about. Some issues. Let's see. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. Okay, so Suzanne, you watched an interview with a few speakers. Okay, and what are they saying? Did the governor do a press conference? Newsom, did he do a press conference? Okay. By the way, yeah, I can talk about Gavin Newsom for 1 hour now, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to start talking about Gavin Newsom now. Okay, that's going to be a whole different conversation. If we want to talk about Gavin Newsom and his performance as the governor, okay. I mean, I don't want to go down that route for this live stream. It's like if I start talking about Gavin Newsom, that's going to be just a 1 hour rant. Um, I mean, California just ended up with, you know, one of the worst governors. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I always say, like, who's the worst? Is it Gavin Newsom of California? Is it Jared Polis of Colorado? Is it Kathy Hochul of New York? Or is it Pritzker? I mean, Pritzker, let me tell you, J.B. Pritzker is, I mean, a total failure as a governor. But who's the worst? Who's the worst? Um, uh, okay. I'm trying to read all of your comments here, my friends. Um, okay, so Susan is saying that Newsom had a press conference. Okay. Susan is also writing about Gavin's hair. I see Susan's comment on Gavin's hair. Um, Suzanne, you're writing your grandfather was a fire chief. Which community, Suzanne? I'm just curious now. Um, I have met many really great fire chiefs in my life. In Halifax, okay. I told you earlier, I have a lot of respect for, um, police chiefs and fire chiefs and just emergency response professionals in general, okay? Whether it's police or fire or emergency medical service, I have a lot of respect for first responders and emergency response professionals. And I have had the great, opportunity to meet various police chiefs and fire chiefs and sheriffs. And, really, I mean, people go in those professions because they really want to serve the community. Really tough job, really tough job. Really tough. Okay. So Suzanne is saying that Suzanne's grandfather was a fire chief in Halifax. Thank you for sharing that, Suzanne. Thank you so very much. We really appreciate what police officers and firefighters, what they do for the community every day, putting their own lives at risk to help and save others. Suzanne, thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Suki is here. Hi, Suki. So yeah, I mean, this is a real nightmare scenario. This is a real nightmare scenario. Real nightmare scenario. What's happening in California, and based on the reports I'm seeing, this is likely going to get worse. This is likely going to get worse. Okay. And it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking when you think about, everyone, when you think about the children, when you think about the seniors, when you think about people with disabilities, when you think about, families having to evacuate, leaving behind everything, all their belongings, everything from furniture to documents to everything you can think of, their household belongings, okay? Their kitchen utensils, their clothes, and their different things that they have of real monetary value as well as sentimental value, right? I mean, there are things you can replace. Like, I've got this lamp over here. If I lose this lamp, I can go buy a new one. But then there are things of sentimental value, something that maybe, something that your grandparents gave you, something that you cannot replace once you lose it because it's of sentimental value, right? It's of sentimental value. And money cannot replace that. So people are leaving behind all their belongings, and also important stuff, your electronic devices, your, documents. Documents are extremely important. Photo albums. So, I mean, when you think about the intensity of this crisis, it is truly heartbreaking. Truly heartbreaking. And I don't even know what to say. Richard is saying many will be homeless. Exactly. Many will be homeless. It is so. We have to continue to pray. I believe in the power of prayer. Suzanne, thank you so much. Suzanne is writing about, prayers, right? Whatever your faith is, whatever whatever God you worship, okay? Please pray, okay? Whatever your faith, whatever religion you follow, you have the freedom to follow any religion or to not follow a religion. If you don't follow a religion, okay, that's your decision. But if you believe in a higher power, okay, please pray, okay? If you are a person of faith, if you believe in any religion, please pray. If you don't believe in any religion, then at least please keep the people of California in your thoughts, okay? Thoughts and prayers are very, very powerful, okay? Very, very powerful. I am going to be praying for the people of California. I am going to be praying for the people of California. And I'm going to be praying for people of California who are affected by the fire. And I'm also going to be praying for everyone who have family members or friends, okay, in that area. So let's say you live in Ohio, but you've got a friend or a family member or a loved one who lives in that area that's affected by the fire. I can understand your anxiety. I can understand your worry. And I'm going to be praying for you. Longdon family is here. Hello, Longdon family. Thanks for being here. Kyler is here. Hello, Kyler. Imagine all the losses. Imagine all the losses. Imagine all the losses. There are some losses that you cannot measure in dollars. Like I said, there are some things that you cannot replace with money. You just can't, okay? And then if you want to look at property damage, if you want to do an objective analysis, okay, keeping aside things of sentimental value, okay, if you just want to, because there's going to be damage assessment, obviously, there's going to have to be survey and valuation of, okay, how big is the loss? I don't think it's going to be millions. It might be billions. What do you think? I mean, definitely many, 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 many millions. I don't even know how many millions, but it might end up being in billions. When you look at the number of acres, when you look at how many structures and houses are being evacuated, when you look at how many vehicles are being burned, how much money in personal belongings, complete damage, total loss, it's going to be billions. How many billions? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, like I said, you look at a $5 million home. Let's take that 5 million number. Okay? You have a $5 million home, but that's not everything. You've got your belongings. How many millions are your belongings? What's the total figure? And how many of these houses do we have? How many of these structures? This is Didi saying billions, loss of photos, personal items that perhaps are inheritance that people love. Exactly. Exactly. If your grandparents wrote you a letter, okay? Okay, let's say your grandparents gave you a handwritten letter. You cannot attach a dollar value to that letter, okay? It's not going to be $100, $100,000, $1 million. I mean, that's not replaceable, right? When you lose something like that, it's not replaceable. And imagine the trauma of those losses, not just losing your furniture, losing your home, losing your computer, losing your whatever, but imagine the pain of losing things that cannot be purchased with money. Inheritance, memories. Evelyn is saying schools, businesses, $1 million homes. Susan is writing about FEMA. Yeah, we can talk about FEMA. Susan, we can talk about FEMA. I'm not going to start talking about FEMA because that agency, okay? I mean, I can criticize that agency for a full hour. I don't want to get started. I hope that Donald Trump, the Trump administration, is going to be doing some major changes at FEMA. Okay? I mean, that agency, there are some real issues with FEMA. And I don't even want to start talking about FEMA. That's going to be, if I do it, I'm not saying I'm going to talk about FEMA. It's just so frustrating, that agency, FEMA. So I'm not promising that I'm going to do an episode on FEMA. But if I do it, it's going to be at least an hour just talking about FEMA. But I'm not saying I'm going to do that just because it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating, FEMA. Okay? I mean, you want to talk about government inefficiency? You want to talk about, I don't know. I hope that DOGE, okay, Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, I hope that they take a real close look at FEMA and make major changes to that agency, okay? There's a lot of room for improvement. Major inefficiencies in FEMA. And there's a need to make changes at FEMA to make it efficient. So I'm not going to start talking about FEMA now, okay? Thank you, Suzanne, for your kind words. Thank you. Suzanne is writing, Tosif tells the truth. Rachel is writing, TTTT. Thank you so very much. Thank you. I appreciate all your support. Okay. So my friends, I'm not going to continue the live stream for too much longer, just because what I'm going to do now is, after I wrap up the live stream, I'm going to go watch the news, okay? I have the television on in the other room, and I'm gonna go watch what's going on. I am looking at news updates on my laptop, but I want to go watch, live TV. Let's see. All right. AC Cruz is here. Hi, AC. Kyler is here. Dustin is here. Selena is saying you must rest. Yeah, I do need some rest. Selena, thank you. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna be like I'm probably gonna go and just spend time in the living room now. Okay, I'm probably gonna go get a blanket and just sit in the living room and watch TV till I fall asleep. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend time on the sofa, okay? Because I have to watch the news. I think I'm gonna be up for another hour easily. I think. Okay. AC, you just got out of work, missed the live. That's okay, AC. That's okay. You can watch the replay. We talked about the California fire. Rachel is saying snuggle up with a pillow. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get a pillow, and get a blanket. I'm just gonna spend time in the living room and just watch the TV. Yeah. Suzanne is saying, "Where's your hat?" Suzanne, I've got my hat right here. I've got my hat. Anyone who wants to see my hat, I've got it right here. Okay, I've got it right here. By the way, you can see on my shirt, I've got white, I've got red, white, and blue. Maybe different shades, not exactly the red, white, and blue shades that we want. Okay, not the exact same shades as our flag, but I've got red, white, and blue here, different shades. Thank you so very much. Okay. Suzanne is saying, have a chocolate bar and tea. Yeah, I might get some tea. I think I might get some tea. Might get some tea. So, my friends, thank you so very much for tuning in. It is really heartbreaking to see the widespread damage that is taking place in California. It's an ongoing crisis. Okay, the fire seems to be spreading. Dangerous winds, extreme winds, lots of property damage. People's lives are being severely impacted. It's also very, very traumatic. It's very traumatic for young children who are having to evacuate with their parents, their legal guardians. It's very traumatic for senior citizens, right? And people with disabilities. It's very traumatic for everyone, people of all ages. People of all ages. Very, very traumatic. So, my friends, let us continue to pray. Please pray. Please keep the people of California in your thoughts and in your prayers, okay? Let us continue to pray for them. Let us continue to pray for the firefighters, the emergency responders, the volunteers, and, anyone who's trying to, address this crisis, is trying to, bring the situation under control. May God give all the firefighters, all the emergency response professionals, all the officials, all the volunteers, all the people who are dealing with this crisis, may God give them the strength and the energy to deal with this extremely difficult situation, okay? Let us continue to pray for everyone. Dee Dee is saying, our power might go out. That will make matters worse. Thank you for keeping us in prayer. We will continue to pray for everyone. Thank you, Dee Dee. And please, Dee Dee, if you have any updates you want to share, or anyone else you want to share updates, please email me. My email address is tosif@tosifanam.net. Okay? So I'm going to pin that to the top of the live chat. tossif@tossifanam.net, okay? Please email me. You can email me. You can always leave a comment on one of my videos and I'll see your comments. But if you want to send me a private email, if you are in California or if you have friends or family members or loved ones in California who are being impacted by the fire, and you want to share what you are learning from them, or any other information that you may have that you want to share, you can email me, tossif@tossifanam.net. Okay, please. I hope you all stay safe. I hope that your friends, your family members, and your loved ones in California, I hope they all stay safe. And let us continue to pray for the people being impacted by the fire, and also those first responders, emergency responders, um, local officials, state officials, volunteers, anyone who's trying to address this crisis. Please let us continue to pray. My friends, I believe in the power of prayers. So I am going to be praying, okay? Thank you. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Let's see. Suzanne is saying you forgot. What did I forget? Did I forget something? Did I forget something, Suzanne? Please tell me if I forgot something, Suzanne. Did I forget something? Or are you just reminding people to hit the like button? Okay, let's see. We're at 47 likes. Are we gonna get to 50? I don't know. I don't know. We're short, right? That's okay. That's okay. We'll get there next time. If we don't get there now. By the way, I also do want to give you a quick update. We're very close to 10,800 subscribers. Very close. Very close to 10,800 subscribers. Okay, we're gonna get there. Maybe not tonight, but we'll get there, and then we'll get to 11,000. Suzanne is saying one more like. Okay, then I'll stay here. Maybe a couple more minutes. Suzanne, do you think we can get to 50? Can we get to 50? Is it possible? Can we get to 50? Are we at 48 or 49? Okay, let's see. Suzanne is saying 1 minute. Okay, I'll wait here. I'll wait here. Let's get to 50. That'll be a milestone if we get to 50 likes. Human Nature is here. Hi, Human Nature. Did we get to 50 yet, you think? Or no? I think we're at 49. 49 is what it shows. Did we get to 50? Did we get to 50? No? It shows 49 on my end. It shows 49 on my end. Did we get to 50? Okay, tell me if we got to 50. I think we're at 49. Suzanne is saying 50. Okay, so we are at 50. Okay, great. Well, thank you. Thank you, Suzanne. And thank you, everyone. You know, the reason we need more likes for these videos is because the more likes there are, um, the more the video spreads, the more it reaches more people. Okay, so when you like, it just makes it possible for this video to reach new people. And when people who did not watch my channel previously, if they discover this video and they join the conversation and they come in and they subscribe, they become part of this community. So that's why the likes are so important, because we need to reach more people on this platform. Okay, well, thank you, Suzanne, for your, for encouraging everyone to like this video. And everyone, thank you so very much. So I hope you will all continue to pray for the people of California and anyone who's affected by the fire. I believe in the power of prayer, so we will continue to pray. Okay, we'll continue to pray. So my friends, I'm going to wrap up this live stream now. I will be back with more videos and more live streams and more updates. So please stay connected. May God bless you all. May God bless our President-elect Donald J. Trump. May God bless the incoming Trump administration. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless our U.S. allies. And may God bless freedom-loving people all over the world. All over the world, my friends. And please, please, before you go to bed tonight, please say a prayer for the people of California, all those who are affected by the fire, and all the emergency response professionals and volunteers and everyone who's dealing with that situation. Okay, it's a huge crisis, and we're going to have to continue to pray. We're going to have to continue to pray. Okay. Gina, we will pray for your husband. Everyone, please pray for Gina's husband who's recovering after, who's recovering after stroke. Sorry to hear that, Gina. Very sorry to hear that. My friends, please also pray for Gina's husband and for Gina. Okay? Gina, please let us know an update during the next live stream, or you can also email me, Gina, if you want to share anything. Okay? We are going to be continuing to pray for Gina's husband and for Gina. Gina, this is a family, Gina. Okay, we are a large family, and we are all going to be praying for you and for your husband. Okay? Okay? All right, we will do that. We will do that. And hopefully, Gina, you'll have some positive update to share with us in the near future. Okay? We are going to be praying for you and your husband. All right. Thank you, Gina. Thank you for being a part of this wonderful family. We are going to be praying for you. All right. Okay, my friends. So I'm going to go watch the news. I'm probably going to be up for another hour very easily. I'm going to be up for another hour. I'm going to be watching the news, and I'll be back. Not tonight. Okay, it's already past 1 a.m. here. I'm going to be back maybe. It's already Wednesday. So I'm going to be back Wednesday night with more updates, okay? All right. Thank you so very much, my friends. Have a good night. And once again, let us continue to pray for all those people who are facing this crisis in California. We'll continue to pray. I believe in the power of prayers. Thank you, my friends, and I'll be back soon. Thank you.